Love is a beautiful thing. Trust is all we need, eh? Though it is so lucky now, but I'm still waiting. When I do, I'll pay my dues and set to say I do. I'll give it up to you, cause everything I will do. What a girl's like a million. They just want my million in you. I'ma put on my billion love. I'll put my love in one basket. You're all that I have now. There's no one else.
Emotions don't go away unresolved. They are hidden somewhere, dictating your mood consciously or unconsciously. You really need to find them and deal with them, even if it's for the sake of somebody you love or for the sake of the children that you are going to bring forth. Because if you do not resolve your trauma, you are going to be parenting your children in response to your trauma, and in a lot of cases you are going to be attaching to the other person that lost you in response to your trauma, and that is going to come with a lot of consequences. You do not want that. And how do you resolve your childhood trauma? Please book an appointment with a therapist. Find yourself. Go through the journey of self-discovery, self-awareness, and self-actualization. My name is Dr. Tolu. They call me the Fixer. Welcome to Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu tonight.
Intimacy Clinic. Love lives here. Right here.
Last week, I started a series that I tagged Masturbation Unveiled. And I talked about, I gave a brief description of what masturbation means, possible reasons people masturbate. On tonight's episode, I will be talking about possible consequences of masturbation. And let me say this. This is not to tell anybody, or this is not to condemn anybody or tell anybody what to do or not what to do. It's actually not my job to tell you what to do or what not to do. But don't let this just be like a wake-up call, especially for those that are struggling with masturbation addiction. You see, when masturbation is done in, maybe let me say moderately, I don't consider it a problem, as much as you are entitled to your opinion and you really know what works for you. But when you become addicted, and I'm going to be talking about certain things that could be happening that will make you to know whether you are addicted or not. You don't want to move a muscle. By the time I come back, I will be taking the topic of tonight. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome to the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria, the first counseling institute in Africa, leading the crusade of mental wellness to keep the society sane and productive. The institute uses a professional, non-discriminatory policy to educate all through her training and intervention programs. We train and certify clinical counselors and psychotherapists, companies and organizations for optimum performance, HR personnel with counseling skill for better human management, schools and church counselors to practice like professionals. Counseling is the new generational skill for helping people to be their best version and organizations for maximum performance. Institute of Counseling in Nigeria, changing lives, building dreams. Contact 10 Sumbo Jibowu Street, off Riabdu Road, off Awolowo Road, Ikoyi, Lagos, 0909-481-2983, or visit their website at www.instituteofcounselingng.org.
Welcome back to Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. Tonight we are talking about possible consequences of masturbation. Like I said earlier, this is not a show to judge anybody. This show, you can just come the way you are. No matter whom you are, no matter how terrible you might think you are. At Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu, there is no judgment here. You can just come the way you are. So this topic is not to judge or condemn anybody. It's just to throw more light on certain points. According to research, masturbation is only considered a problem when it affects sexual activity with a partner or causes significant distress to the person. It may cause distress if it is done compulsively or interferes with person's lifestyle or daily activity. So, how do you know you have problem with masturbation? It's affecting your sexual relationship with your partner. it affecting your day-to-day activities, the way you relate with other people, or the way you function on a daily basis. And it must have been going on for 6 months at least. And you must have lost your willpower, your ability to say, you know what, I do not want to masturbate today, and you still don't. Now, that means it has become compulsive. That is only when we could say masturbation is a problem. But it is something that is, if all of those factors are not involved, I don't consider it a problem. So maybe to talk about consequences of masturbation, I should be concentrating on those whose masturbation has taken away their lives from them. Those who wish to stop but could not. The truth is, as human, you should have control over your choices. You should be able to say, this is what I want and this is what I do not want. If it is the other way around, then there is a problem. It's a big problem if your self-will and self-control capacity has been taken away from you. Recently, I decided to sample opinions, from different people online, to ask them their opinion about masturbation. Those who are actually compulsively masturbating, ask them whether it's affecting their lives or not. Only 2% agree that they have control over masturbation. Every other person wish they could stop, but they could not. So, my conclusion tonight is going to be based on the responses that I got from this opinion that I sampled online recently. Just like pornography is designed to entrap people, in the slavery of their own desire, so is masturbation. Over time, masturbation, just like pornography, will become addictive and intensify, drawing its victim into deeper and darker depths of depravity. I remember a young man once walked into my office some time ago, struggling with masturbation. This guy has practically become a lone ranger. No friends, no family, He always wants to be alone so that he can have the opportunity to masturbate. Interestingly, he was using all this old Nokia phone, and by the time this guy brought out his phone, everything inside that place was full of pornography. So the question is it possible not to become an olivatrice when it comes to masturbation? And what happened when you are addicted? When you feel addicted, you feel powerless at resisting the urge to masturbate. You feel like that capacity, the ability to be able to take charge of your life has been taken away from you. You try unsuccessfully to stop or limit the time that you are using to view pornography.
Intimacy Clinic. Love lives here. Right here.
Welcome back to Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. Even though I said I will be talking about possible consequences of masturbation tonight, but because of the explanation I gave earlier, right? Masturbation is not a problem if it is not affecting your life. So, how do you know if your masturbation is a problem or not? Let me just take how to know if you are addicted tonight, and then next week I will be talking about the possible consequences. All right? So how do you know if masturbation is a problem? How do you know if you really need help? Number one, you feel powerless at resisting the urge to masturbate. You don't want to do it. You are telling yourself, I'm not going to do it. But the urge kept coming and you cannot stop yourself. You feel so powerless. You feel like your strength, your willpower has been taken away from you. Then you have a problem. Secondly, you are trying unsuccessfully to stop or limit the time that you are using to view pornography. Like I said, it is very difficult to separate pornography from masturbation. For a lot of people, those images must be there before they can masturbate. So for so many people that have problem with masturbation addiction, they are also addicted to pornography. And then you notice that they struggle to stop watching porn, but they cannot. If you pick a lot of people's phone around you, what you will see in their pictures, in their galleries, videos are pictures of different and videos of different form of pornography. So there are people that say, you know what, I'm not going to watch porn again. In fact, they will delete everything. In 24 hours, they are back. If you are like that, then you have a problem. Another point that could make you to know if you are in trouble when it comes to masturbation, or if your masturbation should be a thing of concern, is the fact that you are losing interest in your partner. As a matter of fact, you prefer to touch yourself than be with your sexual partner or intimate partner. When you are in that situation, then I think you might need help. I think in this particular series, Masturbation Unveiled might be for you. You know, people desire to make love to people they love. But when masturbation has taken you to a level where you are addicted, where you have become an Oliver Twist, you don't even care whether you have a partner. You would rather do it with yourself than with your partner. I have seen several cases of people in sexless marriages, and the partners are taking care of themselves by touching themselves, having sex, waking up in the middle of the night, walking into the bathroom and touching themselves, masturbating to come while the partner is crying, struggling with sexless marriage. Then you begin to understand that there is a problem.
Intimacy Clinic. Love lives here. Right here.
Welcome back to Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. Like I said, tonight I will be talking about things you should look out for to let you know if your masturbation is a call for concern. All right? So I've mentioned 3 points. My number 4 is the loss of interest in the opposite sex. Now, this is now beyond, maybe you don't have sexual partner now, but at this point, when you have problem, when your masturbation is problematic, you notice that you don't want to make extra efforts to get close to the opposite sex or to be romantically attached. You don't want to make that extra effort. Maybe the person is saying, oh, you didn't call me, or you didn't say hello, or you didn't send text messages. You don't even want to be involved in all of that. All those extra effort becomes cumbersome for you because you will rather love yourself. All right, so you lose complete interest in the opposite sex. Another thing that could happen is continuous masturbation, irrespective of the obvious consequences. Should you be worried about your masturbation? Yes, you should, if you are masturbating irrespective of the consequences. For example, family, relationship, job. You know, maybe you have a relationship and the person is saying, I don't understand what is going on with you. If you cannot find solution to this thing, I'm going to leave you. You will rather be alone than, or you would rather be alone to masturbate than try to fix your relationship. Sometimes some people will watch porn and masturbate all through the night, knowing fully well that they are going to work the next day. And then they get to work and they start sleeping. All of these things are happening to you. Some are even getting queried at work, yet tomorrow they will still do it. So when you are in that situation, you want to stop yourself. It's affecting, you know that there are consequences. You know you could even lose your job. You know you could lose your relationship, yet you still could not stop. Then there is a problem. Another thing is neglecting family, work, or social obligations to masturbate. I remember I had a couple, in fact, a particular guy that wrote to me and said, Dr. Tolu, after listening to your show, I remember I talked about this series on radio, and he said, after listening to you, I stopped masturbating after 17 years. Now, this particular guy was actually working, let me just put it, I'm worried about confidentiality, but he was actually working, this is a long time ago anyway. He was working in a place that he normally comes home once a week, once a month. Interestingly, somebody that has not seen his wife for 1 month, when he comes home, he said he will be praying, willing that the wife should go out. You are coming home once a month and you are always praying that your wife should go out. Just because as soon as the wife steps out, he will start masturbating. So when you have gotten to this point that you want to neglect family, they are saying, oh, maybe one of your uncle just came back from the abroad. And like, oh, uncle is calling on, let's go and have fun. Everybody, let me take you for lunch. You will rather stay back than go for that kind of lunch. Then you are in trouble. You are in trouble. You neglect family, you neglect work, you neglect social obligations. You do not want to socialize because you needed time to be alone to masturbate. Then you need help. And then another point is spending a significant amount of time thinking about masturbation. See, even if you are not performing the act itself, if you are spending a lot of time thinking about it, it's like addiction. So you don't need, see, if you are an alcoholic addict, you really do not need to drink at some point. The fact that you are spending tangible amount of time thinking about that alcohol is a problem. It's a sign of the fact that you need help. So when you are not even masturbating and you are thinking, your brain is occupied, then you need help. Another point is becoming stressed, anxious, and irritable if unable to masturbate. It means, I said it, that you should be worried if, this thing has been going on for 6 months and it has been affecting your social relationship and, of course, relationship with other people and at work. When you feel stressed, maybe because something is happening, something that is beyond control, maybe you're at work or you are in a place where you cannot just stop what is going on and you are thinking, I'm supposed to be home now, I'm supposed to be masturbating now, and you are becoming anxious, you are stressed, you cannot function optimally, you are becoming irritable, then you have problem, then you need help. Another point is frequently spending time or money on porn and masturbation than was initially intended. Maybe you said, oh, I will be watching porn for 30 minutes. Or maybe you didn't plan it, but you're always doing it 30 minutes once in 3 days. These days now, you will watch from 10 p.m. till 5 a.m. You need help. When you notice that you are spending too much time, wasting a lot of time, spending your money, you are buying data all the time just because you want to watch porn, you need help. And then passing up opportunities in order to have more time to masturbate. They are saying, we need to go somewhere. It's like they are calling people for job. A deal might be coming. You will rather stay back than go for that deal. Then you need help. And finally, you are angry, hostile, or irritable when anybody asks you to stop. Maybe like when Dr. Tolu is talking now. As you are listening to me, you are saying, what is she saying? Safe. So when they are asking you to stop, you are irritable, you are angry, then something is wrong with you. So when I'm talking about masturbation, then you begin to have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. Did you see yourself in any of these 12 categories? Does any of them resonate with you? Can you find yourself in any of this place? Then this might be a sign of the fact that you are actually addicted. So like I said earlier, it's not a bad thing to masturbate. A lot of people are doing it now. People are so used to their sex toys now that they even hardly have sex in their marriages. If it's working for you, it's no big deal. But if it has getting to all of these points that I mentioned, then there is a problem. So what are the consequences of doing all of these things? What are the consequences of masturbating, irrespective of the problems that could come from it, the opportunities that you could be missing, the social opportunity that you could be losing, and all of that? I will be taking that in the next episode of Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. Don't forget, I'm still taking the series Masturbation Unveiled. By the time I come back, I will be answering your questions. Don't go anywhere.
When you talk about mental health, especially in this part of the world, what comes to people's mind is a psychotic disorder. Whereas mental health is a state of emotional, social, psychological, and sexual well-being. It is therefore unwise for corporate organizations to be expecting optimal functionality from employees whose mental health are in shambles because you cannot give what you do not have. Expecting efficiency from employees having mental health issues like stress or anxiety disorder, OCD, PTSD, PPD, relationship and sexual issues, depression, overwhelming sadness, suicidal ideation, and the likes is like expecting a crippled person to run or a visually impaired person to lead the way. According to research, 60% of employees have mental health issues, and there are 15.2 million sick days per year due to these issues. Unfortunately, mental health issues are becoming alarming due to COVID-19, and the implications of these issues might be worse than the pandemic. No amount of trainings or motivations offered an employee with mental health issues will lead to improved productivity in the workplace. Following current world best practices in organization settings, the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria is therefore changing the narratives in corporate training by introducing different programs to promote organizational well-being. We have trainings for top management and HR executives, equipping them with the basic counseling skills as well as MWEP, a retainers program that gives employees access to professional counselors and therapists. We also have CRESOP, which is CRESOP, Counseling Resolution Skills for Optimal Organizational Performance. Wise organizations who have keyed into our programs are seeing amazing results, a well-functioning and happier workforce with improved social relationship skills and increased productivity. We are the Institute of Counseling in Nigeria, exposing the ignorance around mental health and leading the crusade for mental wellness in Africa. There is no health without mental health. For more information, visit www.instituteofcounseling.org, or you can call 0907 151 5089.
It's time to ask the fixer. Ask the fixer.
Welcome back to Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu. Do not forget that you can send in your questions, whatever kind of problem you might be having. On this show, there's no judgment. Intimacy Clinic with Dr. Tolu is a no judgment zone. So you can send in your questions about relationships, sex, mental health, whatever it is that you've just needed clarification or something you need help with, so that you can move on and function optimally. Send it to me, send to my mail, call my phone number, or send in a text message, and I can read them on the show as anonymous. So the question I have here is from Moses from Ijebu. He said, "Good evening, ma. I learned that you are very good in relationship advice. I'm a professional counselor and we don't really advise, even though because of time on this show I have to sometimes do that, especially when it comes to sex. I have a friend that is 35 years old now, but is not married yet. Not that he cannot feed himself and his wife, but simply because his penis is very small. The size of the penis is about 4 inches long, only when erect. His fear is that he's afraid of losing the woman after marriage. Please advise me. Is there any good woman out there that can marry him without looking on the road?" Yes, the answer is yes. The answer is yes. See, 4 inches, even though an average penis should be like 5.1 to 5.9, I think if I get that right, like 5.9 to 5.9. But people have 6, 7. I've heard of, I think, I don't know. But of course, 6, 7 or higher than that. So 4 inches might be a little bit, below average, but notwithstanding, size matters, but it's not as important as skill. Size matters, but it's not all that matters. I have said that severally on this show. A lot of women does not even want you to penetrate. Penetration is like icing on the cake for some people. Before you even penetrate, they will have come. So if you have that kind of a woman, that she's not even like so worried. So penetration is more like, I just want to feel my husband. I think what you really need to work on is your self-esteem. Take a very good dose of self-esteem. You're going to find a woman that will love you. There are people with 2 inches, and I'm telling you this for a fact, there are people with 2 inches that are married with children and are doing well. So with 4 inches, I think you are not doing badly. Take a very good dose of self-esteem. Equip yourself with love-making skills, and I think you are good to go. Just learn how to really make a woman enjoy sex, how to make a woman orgasm, and then you can say goodbye to all your worries. All right, thank you to every one of you that have been a part of my show tonight. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, Dr. Tolu the Fixer, Intimacy Clinic, and of course my YouTube channel. You can actually send me your questions and I'm going to answer them on my YouTube channel. You can go to the website and also download my past episode on different topics regarding sex, sexuality, relationship, marriage, and mental health. Thank you for being a part of my show tonight. By the time I come back, I will be giving you my food for thought.
Here is food for thought. Food for thought.
My food for thought for tonight. Pornography is made for the loneliness, the ugly, and the fearful. It is made for the losers. Thank you for being a part of my show tonight. I'm going to see you some other time. Take very good care of yourself because you deserve to be happy. Bye-bye.